falling. First blood going down. Ice Cream has no fear. He goes in deep.
When you start getting those stacks going, the multi-shot can do damage. And you just saw it there as Jaina gets bursted into an auto attack. And now this is where Auriel really starts to excel. When you have a number advantage and you have a Volley just working those auto attacks on tanks in front of you, you just keep pushing down the lane. She's going to have hope at all times. He heals everyone up, and they're good to go until Jaina gets back. In fact, Synergy knows this when they sent Ragnaros to the middle lane to soak.
Yeah, and also not only soak, but also get his quests going. If the longer that goes on down at the bottom, the slower it is to actually get Catching Fire going, your Q talent level 1 going as well. He wants those up and running as quickly as possible so he can be the fieriest Ragnaros possible.
As fiery as possible is his quest here. beGenius now hitting level 10. Ring of Frost, Odin here. We also have a new rep with the Locust Swarm. There is the Twilight Dream, and once again, ETC has held on to his heroic. There goes an engage though. Here's ETC. B-Tank is in the front. Gonna try and get caught here. There is actually a dead Johanna. Man, she got eliminated.
Yeah, she got killed off very quickly. Crystal Age just kind of came out to help saving her, but unfortunately that's the weird thing about Crystal Aegis. Yes, you survive for a little while, but it also allows your opponents to reposition around you and then blow you up after.
I just had a random thought that I feel like I should share now. With Johanna getting picked in this draft, they actually need to cleanse a little bit less because of Iron Skin, so that's where Auriel kind of fits in a little bit. Right, she has her own self-cleanse, so she can be that aggressive, but it's something to note in the future. If we ever do see a Johanna, that's when Auriel becomes a little bit more pickable in that 5th slot. All right, so engaging, continuing the bottom right. The fort now will be taken out by the rest of the minions, so finally a fort taken down for beGenius, and they take the first infrastructure of the game.
And we have Pseudo Global with Stage Dive from ETC. So it's very clear as well that they do want to try and get onto that back line. Johanna and Ragnaros at the front do hold it quite nicely. So ETC diving into the back, trying to get on towards Li Ming. And I'm not even going to say Vala because she's kind of at the front the whole time with the crown. So she's, get towards Li Ming, kill her.
All right, Temple Phase now spawns here in the middle. Power leading the charge for his team. There is Ice Cream trying to work it in. Does dodge the Impale from Vanitan. So nice little sidestep there. Then start working the auto attacks. And whenever you are near a Nubrak, just work those auto attacks in. And that's what he dies from, man. That's the trade-off he gets for being so good against Li Ming's.
Or a small spell, something like one missile hitting him. That's the absolute dream situation. Get rid of that shield as fast as possible somehow.
Okay, dancing around. We see Sepka on the bottom left. Blizzard does go off for Jaina, but she oversteps and gets smashed into the ground there. The Aegis is nice. Can he get the heal? He gets the heal off. Can Hydra get a Q off himself here? He's low on HP. He is escaping. Sepka keeping members alive, but there goes a reset for Neon, but there was a trade there, but it doesn't matter. 3 people dead for beGenius, and there goes Tychus 4 taken out.
That was a great fight. We need to recap that. We need to look at that once again because there was so much going on there. You can see beGenius, a lot of their attention was focused on towards that Ragnaros. He manages to Sulfurous smash Jaina, plowing her down as you mentioned. But then from there, Ragnaros just did not die, and the entire rest of the team of beGenius crumbles at the front to Power of Dream and Ice Cream.
It's so unfortunate for the Jaina there, because you can see what she's going for. She sees the There are 2 people in the bush. There's a Ring of Frost. She has a big Tychus Odin right behind her. All she has to do is kill 1 member, and it just didn't work out, and that is why Synergy took that fight and ran forward with it. Nice play by Sepka, by the way, with that Aegis.
And the heals to follow up as well. If we, again, with this build, absolutely at 16, get that reservoir in, get that huge hope bank building up, because when you do, if you can just stall out this map, later on, your heals are massive.
That they are. And what's massively good here for Synergy is they got a decent amount of temple shots here, and they will take all 3 forts in the front line, grabbing turrets as well. They are ahead 14-13, but the main thing that's important is they get map control. The more you push down forts, the more vision you have with your minions. They push in, and that means the more you reveal your opponent, and you can make the plays necessary to grab mercenaries or even a boss in the future.
I also think that now, Ice Cream having his 13 available to him, he can do a lot more of this deep diving that he's been doing with something like the Johanna complementing him. He's taken Gloom, so he will have, at the sacrifice of a little bit of his damage, far more spell shield going up against things like the Jaina in the if he's able to wiggle on his way to her. So I think this is cool for Vala.
beGenius making a bold play here, moving in on the boss, and Synergy does sniff it out. Power is set up for a flank. They're going to wait for it to get low. Start poking down that Anubrak. Here comes Power on his side.
Oh.
He gets on the point here. There goes the Condemn pulling multiple members, and the Twilight Dream is actually canceled, I believe, by the Ice Block. So now he's going to kill off a couple of members. Power keeping the stance here. Stage dive goes off. He pulls a Fury from North America, and now Eric Keen is trying to retreat. They get the boss, and they almost get the full team wipe.
Oh my god, I can't believe what we just saw. How did that even begin with that boss fight going down? It looks like Eric Keen may end up falling as well. Molten Core, he's going to try and hit him with Runic Blast and Meteors. Perfect team wipe, good stuff.
All right, boss pushing in the bottom left. Now they did trade out 3 members, so they can't really do too much pushing here, but getting a full team wipe, getting pressure on the bottom keep, getting keep wall, and getting level 16 is amazing.
They can't do much with that boss, it'll just push itself. So let's take a look at that fight once again, because that was utter insanity here. Odin has been popped to the bottom left. That's supposed to provide a lot of power to that, but you can already see Anubrak with that wave of force actually gets destroyed and knocked off of that position there. And from that point on, ability after ability, unfortunately, I think ETC was just going to die anyway there. So tried something, doesn't work, gives the boss away.
Bunch of unfortunate events there. I even think Unstable. I heard the Twilight Dream sound go off, but Ice Block got hit right afterwards, and you can cancel your own Twilight Dream with the Ice Block. So unfortunate. I don't think it would have changed the tempo of the fight, but you can see how frustrating a situation that entire engagement was. You see them going for this Hail Mary, and it did not work. Now, 16 to 17, game is even in terms of talents. Can beGenius make a play here to start getting back into the game?
All right, so Tank for the win has to move away there for a moment. He took a lot of damage. So Furious Smash does not quite connect. Adana Tan finds himself in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, my friend, that was no man's land.
That it was. Now pressure on the bottom left. We have a temple down in the very far south here. The team is going to put a couple of members on the pressure here to start getting this keep. Keep is the main objective. Grab that again, the catapults. We always talk about them.
Any hero they lose from this point on could be series. And now beGenius has to be very, very careful about how they're going to deal with this. Ragnaros is firing on from the back there, killing off this keep, and that is going to be even more damage towards the middle. There goes the stage dive, though, straight on in towards the back. Entertainment Strike hits him instantaneously from Sevka as Power of Dream, Neon, and Ice Cream at the front just look to lay in some more damage, and he has to back away.
Man, Sevka has been playing this Ariel fantastic, and by the way, she did get Reservoir of Hope, so every time that she gets the entire Hope bar filled up, she gets more Reservoir there, so she can get to a point where she's doing massive heals and massive damage. But Sevka, man, has been making this character work, and I am impressed.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how that is going to evolve in terms of how much energy is being collected, but that is going to be Jaina ending up being brought down, and Ice Cream follows it up with a Malfurion kill. It is currently falling apart for beGenius. They have to escape from this position, stabilize somehow, because otherwise they will lose.
Man, I feel really bad for beGenius. It feels like in the games they're losing, they're having 1 or 2 people doing missteps. Last game it was Eric Keen on Flystad. This time it's Jaina right now, just constantly getting into positions where they get picked off. A great cleanse from Unstable, but not enough. They're going for it. Hydra has used Molten Core. They are sieging upon the core itself here. Watch their Ice Cream. He's going to be the guy that applies the most damage.
Yeah, this could definitely be it at the moment. Danatan trying to slow down Power at the front, but that is going to be Ragnaros coming out of that Molten Core in just a moment. It doesn't look like they could get enough damage on. The front line of Danatan and Tank for the win soaked up enough to be able to keep the... No actual damage.
Stage dive?
Oh my god.
The stage up comes in. Sevka's looking at ETC. Does he have the moment? And they turn it around. Eric Keen in trouble, though. And Neon is getting the resets here as he keeps using Calamity, and they turn that around. But I don't fault beGenius there. I think that was a move they needed to make to try and get into this game once again. They are giving chase, and they still are in it. Jaina, though, is being taken here, low on damage. There goes the Iceland, so coming out. Sevka actually gets the kill with the Searing Light on his Hope. Nice job overall. 3 for 3 trade, but beGenius comes out ahead.
If you're going to die, run the opposite way to your base and buy a little bit, a few seconds time here for beGenius to try and do anything else on the map. But I've got to put compliment where it's deserved. Danatan and Tank for the win at the front, being able to slow down that 5-man push and not die off was absolutely crucial in them not taking more core damage.
Gotta agree with you. Just looking at the map right now, Synergy about to get 20. but they have no damage on their keeps yet.
Yeah.
Everyone is respawning in the next 30 seconds. Right now, beGenius is trying to get back into the game by getting some mercenary pressure, get to level 20 here as Synergy is about to hit it. Power already here flirting with the two that are trying to steal their own giants, but they will finally go over to them. Synergy is going to be looking for a fight, and soon.
All right, here comes 20. Let's see what is going to be taken. We have Repulsion coming in. We have Farflight Quiver, Indestructible, and it will be Submerge. And finally, that shield thing that I can't remember the name of for Auriel, because I haven't cast her for a while.
That's the one that causes Aegis and she gets a shield afterwards, right?
Shield of Hope.
Oh, that's Shield of Hope. That's the Storm Shield, but Shield of Hope.
Of course it's called Shield of Hope.
That's
Everything's
right.
hope.
Wow, a risky play here. They actually started. They ran to the top, feinted that they were grabbing a temple. Everyone from Synergy went to that temple to try and get into a team fight. And beGenius, realizing that would occur, went one step ahead of them and just went and rushed down the boss. Quick heads-up play for them. A slightly risky, but a calculated play.
I think it was, yeah. I think it's really good because it then denies Synergy from having that a scary win condition in bot lane because their bottom keep is down.
Yeah.
So I think that was, it's not going to get much done, but it's just a denial tool and a good rotational tool.
And it buys them heavy time. They got 20 off of that.
Yeah, exactly.
They were able to get pressure pushing. All 5 members of Synergy were there. They take everything on the map. And the map that was red literally 50 seconds ago is now blue.
All right, so let's see how this is going to play out. Death Metal comes into play here for ETC. So Tank for the win is going to be wanting to get into the middle of them, thick and fast. And even if he dies, there still could be a huge turnaround.
I mean, to be fair, every time that he stage dived in, he's been killed immediately. But now when he stage dives in, he has a mosh hit, right?
Yes.
So it works out. So good call by him. Sometimes you need to realize that when you're playing the tank, things aren't working out. Let's just punish them for killing you.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't know ETC was all of a sudden Tyrael. But anyway, there you go. He'll make the plays even in death. But now, beGenius going to try and move down towards the bottom, still looking to make the plays happen.
I really like how confident they are. You can see it in their movement. They understand where they are in the late game, and they understand what they need to do to make sure that they don't fall behind. And one thing to do on this battleground is to make sure that your half of the map is taken, no matter what. And then from there, push where you can. And they're already keeping catapults cleared on the side of Synergy. They have flanks set up and everything. Synergy is actually playing very reserved now, which is not characteristic of them, but it makes sense here.
Yep, they know that just one small move from either side in the wrong direction could just cost the game, because those death timers are so long now at level 20. And playing it patiently, playing it slowly. Gleaming will go to clean up the hard camp to the top, making sure it's not going to cause any too much problems.
So the breaking point right now, as we are a bit of a lull right now, is when the next Temple Shrines pop. Here they are. Temples are activating. The next 30 seconds is going to be dictated by the team. Now, there is things for beGenius to worry about. They have Catapult pushing in the bottom lane. If that gets halfway over, suddenly Synergy can go for a base race. But they also can't neglect this temple on the top. The best play here is to put ETC in the bottom, have all 4 move up, and then just try to get into a scenario where you can win the team fight.
This kind of temple, if Synergy delays this fight for a long time, it only benefits them because catapults are at the bottom. That being said, there is a hard camp down there, so it kind of equalizes things out for beGenius. So it would have to be extra delayed. It would have to be a very slow temple up to the top to really benefit Synergy.
beGenius actually brought their ETC in. ETC is here for the power slide, so they want to get into a fight. They're going to move in for it. You were mentioning those giants in the bottom right. They play to hold it for just enough. Hydra is positioned well here because Sefka is back to back him up with the Aegis. Power's already in the front and the bottom left. I like how their Ragnaros and their Johanna is positioned. They just have such a beefy front line set up for them for Ice Cream and Neon to punish if ever there is an engagement.
Here we go. Sevka's Commandeer, Commandeer Odin has been popped, and Tank for the win is going to come into the back there, looking to get on towards Sevka and some of the squishier backline. But oh my god, almost catches him with the Sulfura Smash, manages to power slide out of there. I think actually there might have been some miscommunication, and he did not get Wave of Force during all of that, so because that's not on cooldown right now. So he manages to barely get away.
Both teams are currently dancing, but the dance works out for the blue team, and they grab a few shots from the temple, and they are getting the keep low of Synergy in the top right, and they scored their first keep of the game. Now they'll have pressure on the top lane. Synergy is forced to retreat.
I wonder if a better way for Synergy was to just not really expend too many of their, or try not to expend too many of their heroics after Commandeer Odin was popped, and then look for a fight again whilst it's down, because Commandeer Odin with Big Red Button is so much power.
Yeah.
Just wait until it's gone. Wait.
Patience is key when you're playing against that level 20. I totally agree with you. A Nubrek is right above here. Power is moving in though, and they just yoink.
Thanks.
These giants, appreciate that. Very kind of you. And they condemn the bottom lane, and now they're going to start applying some pressure. They have 2 catapults built up already. They have the giants.
Yeah.
This is a great playground for them to really hold down this entire area. And Molten Core.
Even that hard camp steal accentuates why Commandeer Odin is so important. Everything is back up for Synergy, whereas Commandeer Odin is not here for beGenius. That's why they know they have to kind of play around that. Danatan taking some damage.
Hydra looking to maybe want to go for that Molten Core, but Tank doing just enough in terms of positioning to look scary here. He gets low on HP. There goes the Molten Core, and the siege has begun.
Commandeer Odin has been popped as well. They're looking to do damage on towards Power Dream. He does get hit by that nuke for the moment, but trying to kill off a little bit of this health. It's a slow move. That Molten Swing clips Unstable on the very edge. And they'll just back off. This game is tense.
That it is. Any moment.
ECC.
This could break apart. ETC coming from behind. There goes the Nubrek as well. But sadly, Jaina is taken out once again as the first hero to die for beGenius.
Oh!
There's a massive Sulfura Smash. Erakin is in the back trying to help out in any way, shape, or form. The problem is he's low on HP.
He's going to die.
Unstable's going to go in for the bolt. He goes for the Twilight Dream. He hits everybody, but it's not enough. 3 members down, the core taking damage. Erakin, can he stop this? No, he cannot. And that is going to be game here as Synergy is going to take it 3-1.
Cool stuff to see out of these two teams at the very end. Very patient play, and it all goes down to the full team wipe. The court will fall. GG, our Russian representatives in Team Synergy. Our Eastern European representatives take the series.
Wow, they definitely showed up. This was a team that was a major question mark going into today's games. How is Synergy going to achieve here? They were the 7th and 8th slot alongside Diamond Skid, and they just weren't looking as powerful on paper, but they came out and they put a show on for us.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. A little bit back and forth here and there for some things, but I liked watching some of their Ragnaros play. You know, it was quite powerful when it came to controlling some of those positions, etc. They used Molten Core at certain right times, and I think they showed far more variance than we ever expected them coming into day one.
Yeah, I was expecting pure, all right, we're going to ram our face into yours, and hopefully it works. You know, full smork all day, every day. But they didn't run that strategy. Even in game number 2, the one they lost, they still had this cool wombo combo patient type of strategy that I just was not quite expecting. And they were running it really well. They had a bad situation in the late game, but it's nice to see that. It's refreshing. They're working on playing different stuff. That Ariel in the last game, man, I know in particular, I'm like, you need cleanse, right? You need cleanse here. But they made it work. Detainment Strike was on point. Sefka played a fantastic Ariel. It was wonderful to see Searing Light and Reservoir of Hope brought together to bring out damage and massive healing.
Yeah, and he had, I think, about 6 or 7 stacks towards the end of that game of the Reservoir, so that's actually big difference. A big difference from your base heal to actually having that kind of stack potential. One thing that does kind of stand out to me during that series is that on Dragonshy, when they tried to go for the Wombo, we were talking about it in the draft, that it is a very, very powerful chemistry between those abilities, but Dragonshy accentuated just how difficult it can be to make it work. It's not just a case of point and click adventure. It's not one of those games. It's you actually really have to you have to time those out very well.
Yeah, and beGenius, again, let's give them kudos, because even though this is a 3-1, when you actually think about the entire series, it was just back and forth between every single game. Yes, Synergy came out ahead, but beGenius definitely has the skill and the depth to be a contender in HGC Europe for the next couple of weeks, man. I look forward to seeing more games.
Yeah, it comes back to the point of this is not a weekend tournament. This is a completely different environment that I have witnessed through esports time and time again, actually, in our years of esports, where it's the environment is so different to a weekend tournament. You go from week to week, you prepare for your opponents heavily, and you develop so much more synergy from week to week to week. So as much as they did lose here, beGenius, I'm still expecting good things from them down the line.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. We'll actually have to ask Synergy when we hop on Skype with them and ask them about all of these couple of weeks and how they're able to work on all these different strategies and how much it benefits them. Because this is a team that appears to really want to evolve their gameplay. We talked about it in the past. Gazlo and Thrall, Earthquake and Gravotron has been used in competitive play by these guys. These small synergies that can occur are going to be used way more often by them. And I can't wait to watch it, right? We are so lucky we get to watch these amazing teams and commentate.
You mostly.
You're right. But
I'm on a timeshare.
But it's so exciting to watch this depth, right? It's so cool.
Yep. It really is. It really is. There's a few things I want to ask if we actually do get the Skype interview going on. One thing is, for me, from Team Synergy, is how they view Tassadar as very, very important in the game right now. But I kind of want to get their thoughts and, why they see it like that. It was banned when they couldn't have it, and it was taken when they could in the first pick. So that's definitely something that they seem to revolve a lot of their strategies around. Yeah,
it'd be good to know if there's more than the obvious, right? Like, we know the obvious. He can handle lanes well. He can escape lanes well. He's hard to kill. He's also very efficient in trades, especially when you get Malfurion. But is there more? Is there something that we're missing? What are the pro plays for them, right? Like, when you think Tassadar, what did the pros think? We're going to be talking to Hydra, actually, when he hops onto the call with us. So we're connecting right now, making sure we're good to go, making sure we can hear him and all that fun stuff. And from there, we'll be able to pick his brain. Hydra, in particular, played great this entire series. Yes. I know last game I was watching Sefka, but Hydra is becoming one of their key players. I've been looking for them to really show off Ice Cream and what he can pull off, but it's great that they have a secret weapon in Hydra.
Yeah, I think there were maybe blips in some of the Zeratul play that we saw from him, but other than that, when we saw him on his Ragnaros, pushing forwards, he was able to lock it down nicely. So, but I think that if we do talk about, if we were talking about that Zeratul that we saw from them, if they do kind of fix the nuts and bolts in that composition a little bit more, it'll be very, very scary to go up against.
They're already making steps, man. Yeah. It's great to see the restraint when that Zeratul Void Prison went down. Gosh, that was not a very good Zeratul Void Prison, but they realized it. Old Synergy would have tried to dive on it and make something happen and then fail spectacularly, but they called it back and they got reset up.
Yep, for sure. I'm trying to think of other questions that we could kind of poise to them.
I want to know who they're scared of, right?
That's a good question.
Are they going to go full? I know they talk about in their interviews, Russian. We're very Russian. We really like that's our upbringing. That's where we're from. We're not afraid of anything. But are there any teams that stand out for them that they want to face off again? Who are their rivals? Yeah. All that stuff. Things that we can really just kind of pick their brain about because, of course, it's fun to do.
I always like the idea of we're not scared of anything. Yeah, bears, any kind of wildlife. We're Russian. We don't care. That kind of thing. It's fine.
All right. So we're about 10 seconds away. We're going to hop in. Oh, there you Hydra. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, I am fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. We just got to watch awesome Heroes of the Storm. Thank you for that. Congratulations, by the way. We want to hit you up really quickly and just talk about the games overall. First off, what are your first immediate thoughts after taking that victory?
I think it's good for us. We might win this because after this week we're gonna play versus strong teams like Misfits, Fnatic, and Dignitas. They're very powerful, so we need to practice more.
Okay, I want to ask.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to ask about the Tassadar in general, the control of it during drafts. You were banning it when you didn't have first pick. You were picking it when you did have first pick. Obviously, he's very strong in the meta right now, but can you guys just kind of talk us through where you see him and if he is of huge importance currently against all opponents?
Yeah, I think Tassadar is the most powerful hero right now because he had a lot of value. You can go Tracer, you can go Illidan, Vala as well. So it's so many options with Tassadar.
Okay. So basically the combination. I actually wanted to ask you about the Ariel pick in the last game. I was actually fearful for you guys because you didn't have cleanse. I'm like, what are they going to do against all of this strong warrior compositions? Is that a comp that you practice a lot, or is there no fear of picking Ariel?
I asked about cleanse, but Sefka said just give me Oriel.
So Sefka God.
So carries just need to play safe and dodge CC, so it's fine.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, we have to move on and check out our next matchup. I want to say congratulations to you, man, and good luck on your next week's matchups.
I need to show you my dance with a helmet.
I want to see it. What are you showing? Hey! Very cool, man. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And again, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks you too for casting.
All right, guys, that was a fun series to watch, but we have more coming your way. We'll be right back after a commercial break with Trick Esports, our team expert, our Trick Esports taking on Fnatic.